welcome to my little corner of the world map. This is where I sit for all my live presentations, all my live calls, and because I am doing global calls, this world map just serves as a reminder that I am doing international calls, especially if I'm on a 12-hour time zone difference call. So people in Brazil, people in the Latin American market, people in New York, in Montreal, in Toronto, we're always 12 hours apart. Even people in Houston, Texas. Hey guys, it's Mrs. Lilac from YouTube, and today I just want to give you guys a behind the scenes of my life as a crypto presenter, specifically for the brand EZYTRX. So every day I just do my makeup, I draw on a strong brow, I put on some eyeshadow, blend, put on some blush, wing in eyeliner, and put on some lip balm. Welcome to my little corner of the world. I'm sitting here in my apartment, and this is where I get ready for all my live shows or my live webinars every single night. The English calls, the Hindi calls, the Chinese calls, the Latin American calls, the African calls. So we basically cover all the continents of the world, and this is where I sit to get ready. So let me take you on a little tour. In the corner, you can see my hair tools, my curler, my clipper, and my hair dryer. This is just where I get ready my hair. You can see my little crown here. I was Miss United Nations Global 2019. I was representing Singapore. I was also Miss International Landscapes. I was representing Singapore and China. So I just really want to bring attention to this skincare line, which is Aqua Plus. This is the skincare line that I've been using for all my presentations or my live webinars whenever I go online, whenever I'm live on a call. You know, I have to put a face on. So what helps me with that is the Aqua Plus Skin Series. So what happens is I stay awake till very late in the night because I'm hosting all these global calls. What I find best is to use a serum, a light serum, so something that's not too heavy and something that's light that can actually, you know, help to plump up your complexion. So this is what I put on my face, but before that I actually use a regular fresh rose floral toner, and what I do is just I spray it on like so, and once I'm done with that, then I just put on the serum, and then I put on the eye cream. So the eye cream is just for the little dots here on your eyes. So what I do is just like put a little bit, like just a tiny drop, and then what I do is just put it under my eyes, and then I just kind of dab it. So always use your ring finger whenever you're putting anything under your eye, because this is the softest finger. So it will reduce the appearance of fine lines. So that is just what I do for the eye cream. And because, you know, I stay up till really late. When it's 3 a.m. in Singapore, it is 8 p.m. in the UK, and it is, you know, 3 p.m. in New York. So we have to work with a time that works with everyone. So we found that the 3 a.m. Singapore time calls were the best for all our country leaders. So we have stuck to that time. So you can say I'm on the New York shift or the London shift. I used to have a friend who was a forex trader, and he was always telling me how he was on the London shift or the New York shift, so he has to go into the office. He was working at Julius Baer, one of the private Swiss banks. He always had to go into the office really late. So now I'm doing the same thing, so life's funny, isn't it? So I always have a white blazer that I always wear to all my live events, and I just throw it on. It's right here. It's sitting on my chair. It's actually from Zara Hong Kong. I got this in Hong Kong, or rather someone got it for me, and it was such a good gift. Yeah, let me just put it on real quick. Ta-da! So instantly I go from zero to hero. So this is the white blazer that I always wear. I have a bunch of other white blazers, but this is my favorite so far. My ex got it for me. He is in Hong Kong and he's married now, but I still kept it. So let's talk about my wardrobe. So I spent a lot of time in the last 2 to 3 years just traveling up and down. I was in Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, India, China, Southeast Asia, and I was just traveling, and I try to fit everything into a luggage. And I was also moving into a lot of different apartments, and I try to fit the amount of clothes that I had so that I could travel with it. They call it living out of a suitcase, where all the clothes that I have is actually just in one suitcase. Well, I actually have two. So I have one just for regular clothes, and I have another, and I call it the fashion luggage. And the fashion luggage is where I keep all the dresses that I have for events, for shoots, and just the dresses that I want to be seen in. So some of the more iconic dresses would be the red one, the purple one, and of course the leopard one. So if you guys remember Miss Nikita Sachdev in my last video, she was wearing this, really sexy leopard dress, and that was actually my dress. So at that time, she was living in London. She was also traveling. She wasn't in her family home. So when she came to Macau to meet me and to film and to attend the event together, I had to loan her my wardrobe. And that iconic leopard dress that you see in her pictures and in my videos, that was actually my dress. So I was the wardrobe provider, I was the script writer, I was the film producer, I was the coordinator, I was essentially directing the whole show. So this is where I do all my work. It's just done on a regular computer, and I was a Mac user for 10 years when I started film school, and it was a huge learning curve at that time, and I've used it for 10 years. Then I found out the hard way that Apple Care doesn't cover water damage. So if you break a computer by water spillage, then that's it. You gotta get a new one on your own dime. So I just decided to switch it up for a while. And I have a little trivia for you guys. I'm actually propping this computer up on a luggage, and because my actual desk is facing the messy part of my room, and I don't want you guys to see that, so I'm just using this as a makeshift desk. And it works. It's perfect. I actually got this luggage in Jaipur when I was in India last year for a wedding. I really want to highlight the African market because the African market was one of the first few markets that we tapped into. So, people in South Africa, East Africa, and West Africa, it's a huge continent. You even have time zone differences within the continent. So we have leaders in Nigeria, in Cameroon, in Ghana, in Uganda, and of course Nairobi, Kenya is one of the biggest ones. Of course, you have people in the Eastern Bloc, so crypto is really popular in Russia and Ukraine. And back home, Southeast Asia, you have people in Thailand, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Philippines. And of course, mainland China, Greater China is a new market that we're tapping into, and we all know that China is a huge market, the Chinese. We also have Korea and Japan, so very respectful people. And we also have people in Australia, we have people in India, so India is also another huge market. The Hindi calls we have every day is just huge. People in the UAE and people in London. So I basically covered all the continents, I believe, and it sounds like a lot because it is a lot, and it's just a reminder that we are doing international calls here. So this is my little tour of my world map.